Since we're here in Washington, D.C., just a few blocks from the people whose salaries we pay, let's make damn sure they hear us when we demand that they do their jobs. Protect this country. Protect the people you swore to serve. Protect our democracy. And listen closely, because tens of thousands of voices are about to make it very simple for you. Impeach, convict, and remove. Let me hear it. Impeach, convict, remove. I want Congress to hear it in their goddamn offices. Impeach, convict, remove. I want the White House to hear it. Impeach, convict, remove. I didn't spend my career in law enforcement to watch a government use fear and violence as a weapon. And I didn't risk my life for democracy on January 6th so lawmakers could shrug and say, maybe we'll get to it in 2026. I stood up like you were all standing up here because this country is worth fighting for. And every single one of you has showed up today because you believe the same thing. This movement is not small. This is not some fringe fad, and it sure as hell isn't quiet. It's the majority of Americans who are tired of being ignored, and we're tired of this administration. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to take this crowd and this momentum, and we're going to turn it into pressure louder than anything this country has ever seen. We're going to call our lawmakers. We're going to show up at their office, and we're going to demand action, and we're going to demand their courage, and we're going to demand accountability. When so many people stand together like we are today and speak with the same voice, government listens. And if they don't, we're going to make them listen. They are not going to ignore us. And let me tell you something. What you represent isn't fear. It isn't hate. It isn't chaos. It's patriotism and it's democracy. It's the American people taking back what is rightfully ours. So I want you to look around right now. Look at this crowd. Look at this power. Look at this country refusing to be silent. And remember this. We don't wait for 2026. We don't wait for your permission. We don't wait for someone else or some scandal to save our democracy. We protect it. We defend it. We demand it. And we want it today. So one more time, raise your voices with me. Impeach, convict Donald Trump, and remove that son of a bitch from office.
Let him hear it. Let him hear what real Americans sound like. Let me hear it. Can you hear that, Donald? We don't want you here. Flee to Russia. All right. All right. Thank you. This next guy was also a hero of mine who became a friend of mine I got to listen to him last night, and it was just incredible. Some of you did as well. Please make a lot of noise for pastor and author John Pavlovitz.
Good afternoon, America. I come to you from Raleigh, North Carolina, with a message. I am so grateful to be here today, but I need to tell you that I am not well. I am sick today, friends. I'm sick to my stomach of constitutional crises, of human rights atrocities, and acts of treason. I'm sick of my Latino and immigrant neighbors being indiscriminately and violently assaulted by masked thugs. I'm sick of food being taken out of the mouths of hungry children. I'm sick of people having to choose between paying their mortgage or their medical bills. I'm sick of my LGBTQ neighbors being persecuted for simply existing. I'm sick of people of color being gerrymandered out of the political process. I'm sick of women having to travel to another state just to have autonomy over their own bodies. I'm sick of our servicemen and women and our veterans being disrespected and disregarded. I'm sick of the reality that the greatest border crisis we face is the one separating church and state. And I am sick of desperately appealing to public servants to do the decent, humane, and legal thing and seeing them again flatly refuse. America, are you sick of all of this? And it's not just we who are gathered here today who are sickened. This entire nation is not well because in the highest position of leadership, we have one of the most amoral, lawless, vile, hateful human beings to ever walk the planet. He is a man devoid of decency, bereft of empathy, and allergic to truth. And for a decade, he has been a pervasive moral cancer feeding off the body of our republic. He has trafficked in tribalism, stoked division, and pillaged our resources. He has preyed upon the vulnerable, and he is inciting people to revel in the worst of their instincts. Now, I don't know a lot about medicine, but what I do know is that when a body is afflicted with cancer, you do everything you can to remove it. You don't simply let it destroy everything around you without resistance. You don't allow the malignancy to metastasize unimpeded. You don't give it carte blanche for 2 years to ravage whatever is in its path and hope for the best. Friends, for the sake of preserving life, you move heaven and earth to get the cancer out. And we gather here today to say, for the sake of the health and existential life of our great nation and the well-being of the planet, Donald Trump must be removed. Now listen, friends, listen. Just so right-wing media doesn't twist this, let me say that unlike the president's supporters who gathered here on January 6th and so many times since then, we assemble here as a nonviolent people in a nonviolent movement. We seek a peaceful, legal, constitutional remedy to this national heart sickness, and it comes in the form of impeachment, conviction, and removal. And this is what we are demanding today. Peaceful, legal, constitutional. This is how we must get this cancerous president out. And to my conservative friends, this is your fight too. We are tethered together in one interdependent community. Our destinies are intertwined because we are all closer to being beggars than billionaires. And so you need to understand that we aren't just in this for ourselves, we are here for you, which is why we oppose him, because you are not immune to the destruction he is sowing or the damage he is doing any more than we are. Your elemental freedoms and liberties are being taken away as well. You too are losing access to education and security and opportunity. Your children and grandchildren are also facing a future that is less safe, less compassionate, and less free. The sovereignty of our nation is in the balance in these moments, and with every day of inaction, the cancer takes more of what we might never get back. As long as this president is allowed to remain, our nation will never be well. And we could so easily be well. It could all be so very simple. Impeachment, prosecution, removal. And then once he is gone, we could come to the table in meaningful conversations on the challenges we face. We could find our commonalities, navigate compromise, and once again lean on the systems our Constitution put in place in order to work for the common good. And friends, this is why we stand on this holy ground today, to bring the healing that can only come once this historic malignancy of this president is removed. So for our Latino and immigrant neighbors, we need to get the cancer out. For survivors of sexual assault, we need to get the cancer out. For our beloved queer neighbors, we need to get the cancer out. For people living in food scarcity and at the edge of poverty, we need to get the cancer out. For Christians, Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, agnostics, and atheists, we need to get the cancer out. For the vulnerable, the oppressed, the marginalized, the sick, and the hungry, we need to get the cancer out. For Democrats, Republicans, and independents, we need to get the cancer out. For conservatives, moderates, and liberals, we need to get the cancer out. And for the America that still could be, we need to get the cancer out. So let's make sure that love has the last, loudest word, friends. We must impeach, convict, and remove Donald Trump. And then we can get well. We will get well, America. We will all be well.
Let him hear it, John Pavlovich. I know I keep saying that all these people are heroes, and I hate to be redundant, but all these people are heroes. This next hero has been bringing articles of impeachment against this traitor who's illegally squatting in our White House. A Democrat from the great state of Texas, Representative Al Green.
want my record to show that when the resistance needed my voice, I was there. I ask you, do you believe in liberty and justice for all? Do you believe in government of the people, by the people, for the people? Do you believe in separation of powers? Do you believe in the right to peacefully protest? Do you believe you've got a right to resist an authoritarian president who wants to devolve the democracy into a dictatorship? Do you resist? Among the resistors, we have some persons who go to distant places. Many of them don't return the way they left. We have to respect them today. If you are a member of the military, just raise your hand. Let's give them a hand, please. Hands over here, here, here. Members of the military, give them a hand, please. Let's hear it for the Army. Let's hear it for the Navy. Let's hear it for the Air Force. Let's hear it for the Marines. Let's hear it for the Space Force. Let's hear it for the Coast Guard. Let's hear it for our armed forces. We have one additional person that I have to thank, and then I'll give you a very brief message. I have a plane to catch. I don't see her, but Jessica Denson is the person that I wanted to thank. She is responsible for my being here, and she's responsible for a good many of your being in attendance as well. So would you give Jessica a hand for me, please? I want you to thank this gentleman who's standing over here. He is here because of the threats I receive. As late as last night, we received a threat. Give our police officers who are here today a hand, please. When the President of the United States of America threatens the lives of members of Congress, when the President uses terms in his tweets, his communications by way of social media, when he does this, he places the lives of people at risk. When the President uses another person's words, indicating that persons should be hanged, he puts the lives of people at risk. The lives of people who were engaging in lawful free speech. People who were but only indicating that the military is required to carry out lawful orders, and they are not to obey orders that are not lawful. So he puts lives at risk. He put those 6 people who said to the military, you don't have to obey unlawful orders at risk. And in so doing, I want you to know this. I don't take it lightly. It's something that goes beyond those 6, however. Now, I want you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say. He has called those 6 people traitors, but he also called someone else a traitor. Listen now. He called Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor. Now listen. She and I don't agree on most things. But here is something that's important. Her life is just as important as any other member of Congress's life. We cannot allow ourselves to be separated by party lines when it comes to the issues of life and death. We are going to demand respect for every member of Congress. That includes Marjorie Taylor Greene. Someone would say, well, is she going to vote for impeachment? It's not about whether she will vote for impeachment. It's about whether her life has value and meaning, and we are going to stand up and protect all members of Congress, whether they vote for impeachment or not. What the president has said when he talked about death and hanging members of Congress is an abomination. It is reprehensible. It is despicable. And it is impeachable. It is impeachable. And I want you to know that as your member of Congress, before we take the break for Christmas, I give you my assurance that there will be articles of impeachment filed against this president. There will be articles of impeachment filed, and there will be articles of impeachment voted on in the Congress of the United States of America. We are not going to just file. We are going to have every member of Congress take a stand. This is a time for all of us to take a stand. You vote your conscience. My conscience tells me that I must vote to impeach a president who would put the lives of members of Congress at risk, a president who disrespects the Constitution, who doesn't believe in the separation of powers, who doesn't believe that people have a right to peacefully assemble and protest, a president who wants to be an authoritarian, who is devolving our democracy into a dictatorship. He must be impeached. He must be convicted. He must be removed. One final word. I agree with every person who said, we cannot wait. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. We can wait until it's too late. We can wait until the constitutional rights that we have now have been degraded to the extent that they are meaningless. This is the time. We are the people. He is the president who should be impeached. This is our watch. We cannot wait until some other time, hoping that things will get better in the meantime. No, things are not getting better. Things are getting worse. We must convict. We must impeach. We must have him removed. And we want him removed to make him an example for any future authoritarian who believes that he can take control of the government of the United States of America. I want you to know that I thank each of you for being here. My heart is with you. And I assure you that your being here has made a difference. You are the resistance. You are the resistance. We are the resistance. We are the we in we the people. God bless you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let him hear it, everybody. That's the bravest person in Congress right there. That's the bravest person in Congress right there. We need a lot more of them. And what he was saying about Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's true. We got to protect people's lives. It's unbelievable for a president to speak this way about members of Congress, to threaten to hang people. But I want to tell the president, because I know he's watching, you know he is too. I want you to come. I want you to come, Donnie. Come hang me, Donnie. I dare you. Stuff your cankles into your height-adjusting dress shoes and come try to hang me. We need the mic. We got a performance. We got a performance coming up from Earth to Eve. We got to get the mic for her. She's going to do one of her newer songs that is profound and powerful. I've been listening to it a lot lately. I liked her music already, but when we were able to get her on this event, I started listening to it even more, and I've become such a fan that I'm kind of embarrassed about. I think I'm a fangirl, is that what they call it? I met her this morning. I was like, I'm so happy that you're here. She's going to play an incredible song for us again, guys. Give it up for Earth to Eve.
Can you hear that? Okay. All right, this song is called Have You Heard the News Today? I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you because you're all here. But every time I open my phone and I see the atrocities happening here, happening abroad with our tax dollars, I get fucking pissed and I get really sad. And this song is called Have You Heard the News Today? It's about that. Have you heard the news today? The bombs are dropped, the swamp is drained, America is finally getting saved. 11 million off of Medicaid. Temperatures rise like interest rates. Built Auschwitz in the Everglades and sold merch at the front gate. They're starving, sick, and sleep deprived, but they don't look like you or I. Guess empathy don't cross state lines in the great US of A. The flag's got no more blue, white. They sold the stars, we all wear stripes. No need to read between the lines when there's blood spilled on the page. Never again means not today. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame. This land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. History won't be kind to those who turn the other way. Woo, woo, woo. Can you hear them crying? I still hear them crying, and I can feel your silence. Empathy becomes partisan when rights get framed as politics, and born again Republicans start ditching what their scripture says. Oh, hate thy neighbor, turn them in and burn. Amendments 5 and 10. The faithful bent the cross to fit, but heavy is the crown that sits atop his empty head. He'll only pledge allegiance to self-interest to help the rich get rich at your expense while you absolve his sins. And your indifference ain't righteousness, it's evil at its best. Celebrate ignorance and cheer and clap as the boot steps on your leg till it snaps. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame. This land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. History won't be kind to those who turn the other way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can you hear them crying? Ooh, 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 ooh. that's it. Thank you all. Thank you everyone for being here. Impeach, convict, remove. Thank you.
Let her hear it, everybody! Such an incredible song. It's a powerful song. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but we happen to just book all heroes today. That was kind of the vibe. You guys are heroes too, by the way, for being here. You paid for this. You guys, we funded this. We had $0 1 month ago for this effort. You funded it. $500 or $5. You made today happen. So thank you so much. Our next speaker is a 25-year veteran, a Green Beret, and a whistleblower. Please make some noise for Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Aguilar.
We the people matter. This still matters. I want to hear it. Fire me up. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. I spent 25 years serving in uniform for this country, and I have fought in every war that this country has fought in for the last quarter century. And not once did I see someone with the last name of Trump overseas carrying a weapon and defending our nation. When I hung up my uniform, I did not hang up my oath. I went into Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid and resigned in protest to tell the world of the genocide that's taking place. Every bomb that drops that kills a Gazan child, a Palestinian family, is coming from our tax dollars. Our president doesn't stand for us. He stands for bombs, ballrooms, and bullshit. I'm a proud Latino American. I grew up in South Texas. And I have sworn upon the altar of freedom eternal hostility against every form of tyranny, foreign and domestic. 62 years ago, Martin Luther King stood on these steps behind us, and he talked about the three evils: poverty, racism, and militarism. This president has proven that that is true. And he has added to that list with violence and pedophilia. We cannot tolerate this tyrant in office. And it is not too late, but time is coming where this tyrant will become a dictator. And there is only one power that can stop him, and it is not in Congress, and it is not in the Supreme Court, and it is not in the executive branch. It is with us, we the people. Donald Trump, when he looks under the cushions, he can find money for war, but he can't feed the poor. $38.3 trillion in debt, our nation, and it accounts for 1/3 of the entire global debt, and yet we want to start more wars. Not wars for us, not wars for our safety, not wars for our freedom, but for wars of conquest to line the pockets of Trump and his cronies. The average American, every one of us, every day, you work your ass off to put food on the table, and 28 cents of that dollar goes to taxes. Not for us. It doesn't come back to us. It goes to renovate a ballroom. It goes to line the Oval Office in gold. It looks like Liberace's bedroom. Over the last 24 years, and over this administration, the U.S. Congress has not passed a budget. That is their job. And when someone doesn't do their job, what do? We fire them. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. We must do it. To prevent the abuse of power, things must be ordered that power checks power. That is what our nation was founded on. And our founding fathers told us one thing when they signed this document: don't trust the government. Donald Trump and his administration have shown us more than ever that we cannot tolerate kings. We cannot tolerate tyrants. We cannot tolerate princes. We cannot tolerate dictators. And the time is now. And tomorrow is too late. Say it again with me. We must impeach. We must convict. And we must remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Thank you, and God bless America.
Let him hear it. This next speaker is a huge part of the reason that we're all here. She has really dialed in the nuts and bolts of this event and many more. She's been fighting against this fascist clown tirelessly. I know, because I've been fighting beside her, and I'm exhausted, and I think she sleeps less than I do. But she still manages to look incredible every day, and she's just an incredible leader, doing incredible work. I know you already know who I'm talking about. Please give a warm round of applause for Jessica Denson.
This nation functions through consent of the governed. Do we consent to what's going on right now? Are we demanding Donald Trump's immediate conviction, impeachment, and removal from office? You know, there are oppressive laws that our founding was designed, divinely inspired to do away with. And then there is oppressive thinking. There is mental slavery. There is hypnosis. And I'm telling you, what is going on right now is an attempt to keep the American people in a state of hypnosis. In a state of not being aware of their human and divine rights. They have counted on us being trapped in this hypnotic state where we forget our power, where we forget who we are. But the American people have not forgotten who we are. We are in charge of this nation, and we will decide its future. Do you see how incredible what we have done today is? Just a few months ago, really up until just recently, they were trying to make those of us who were calling for impeachment look like fools, look like some fringe movement who were so silly to think this constitutional necessity could be accomplished. But today, we are making anyone who says impeachment is not possible look like the fools. What we are doing today is about putting the pressure where it belongs. On that building at the other end of this mall, the halls of Congress. There are so many diagnoses out there for the daily abominations of this illegal administration. So many diagnoses about how they are violating the Constitution, how they are disappearing our neighbors to concentration camps, how they are arresting American citizens, how they are conducting extrajudicial killings on the Caribbean seas, how they are trying to militarize our streets and literally conducting treason, enacting treason by trying to pit our military against us. And yet they will not give us the remedy. Well, here the hell is the remedy! I have news for anyone on either side of the aisle, and I am including the most popular and lauded members of the Democratic Party. It is no longer sufficient to go on cable news and get your hit, to get your popular sound bites, to do your TikTok videos. We want articles of impeachment filed, and we want them filed now! Sufficient to have one lone member of Congress filing articles of impeachment. Representative Al Green promised to us 2 days ago at the beginning of Remove the Regime that he would do this before Christmas. I'm putting every single member of Congress on notice that they better file their own before Christmas too! Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem and Pete Hegseth and this entire corrupt Supreme Court that we have that is complicit in the destruction of American democracy. It is those who are not doing something about them that are also complicit! I gotta tell you how truly incredible it is to see this crowd today, how inspired I am by you, how absolutely uplifted I am. And you are here because of a vision, because of an idea, because you were not willing to stand down. You knew that you had to stand up and do something about what is happening. And maybe you didn't get here easily. Maybe it took a little while. Maybe you faced some internal resistance. You know, my journey started that way about 8 years ago. I was a woman who had gone through a traumatic experience on a campaign that a lot of people knew was a horror show, but I was brainwashed by right-wing propaganda. And I wanted to walk away from this experience. I wanted to pretend like it never happened. I wanted to move on with my life. And I tried. And then I had a real existential crisis where I realized I could not move on with my life without taking action for what had happened. It's that old saying, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I realized the injustice in my own life was not just about Jessica Denson and this little woman that nobody cared about. No, it was about what Jessica Denson had to give to the world, and I could not let that be squashed. I had to start having some self-respect, some dignity. And you are all here today because you have self-respect. You have dignity. You love yourselves and you love this country. And that journey that I started on, I will tell you, it was a Jacob wrestling with the angel kind of moment that got me to take the action that I ultimately did, that got me to engage in a legal battle with Donald Trump that in the end invalidated every single illegal non-disclosure agreement that he had his staffers sign in 2016. And that fight was one, I will tell you, that countless people, countless lawyers, countless strategists and political experts told me was impossible, told me would never happen. And yet the only reason I am here today is because I trusted that divine guidance. I had faith and I never doubted the victory of truth. I'm asking every single one of you to not doubt our victory in this moment. I want you to claim our victory in the midst of the battle. Can we claim it? We will not be told that the rightful and just impeachment and conviction and removal of this regime is impossible. We will do it! Thank you all so much for being here today. I love you so much. God bless you, and God bless this beautiful country of ours.
But I want to tell you about another hero. I'm going to introduce our next speaker, but I want to talk about a hero that's not speaking today. Kayla, behind me, is holding the seat.